Hello, Dr. Romer. This is Alicia Carter, and today we'll be discussing the Unit 9 video discussion, and that is in reference to Genogram. It is to describe the value it is to a health assessment as well as the genetic aspect of it. How is it different from genetic testing, okay, or genetics in general? So a genogram is an illustration. It has different symbols. Each symbol symbolizes a relationship. So say, you want to go back 2 or 3 generations, and you'll have, your great grandparents, your mom, your great grandmother, and your great grandfather. And then the male may represent the square, the female, O. Then you're going to show the relationship you have, that existed between your great grandmother and great grandfather. Okay, were they married? Were they divorced? Are they alive? Are they deceased? So you're going to put all that on that genogram, and it shows the relationship. Then it goes down to the children that they had, and after that, your grandparents, the children they had, all the way to you and your children. So it just shows you the relationships. It'll show, did they have behavior issues between those relationships, and you would symbolize that on the genogram. Was there a certain medical history that had existed? Maybe it was at your great grandfather's level. Maybe he exhibited and had that. But it may have skipped your grandfather, but it is shown now, in your cousin or your uncle, so it just shows those relationships. And then also with the genograms, because, of course, relationships change, guess what? Genograms will have to be updated. So if you're showing a relationship with your mother and your father, and maybe a few years ago they were happy, you showed their relationship, they were still married, maybe there was a change and one passed away, don't want that to happen. But I'm just saying, genograms change, they have to be updated. Now on the other hand, you have genetics, right? So genetics are within you. That is part of your DNA. So if you get genetic tested, it may show that one has cystic fibrosis, one may have a breast cancer gene or something like that. So when you get genetic testing, that just kind of shows more that you could take preventative action because that you actually have that gene. With genograms, it's just showing an illustration that what could be. So it helps you to be able to say, hey, I want to get genetic tested because it shows in my family history that my great grandfather and my uncle have this particular disease or this particular trait, right? So I want to see, am I going to exhibit that? Is there anything I can do to take preventative measures in your healthcare? So that's why it is very important to first do a genogram, and I'm very interested in doing one, so I may just end up doing one eventually, just to see how, like, mentally, because there is mental health in my family, and so I would like to see how that relates, and do I eventually need to seek help, right? And is there a gene to be able to say, hey, I do exhibit this, for example, I saw where this one lady, she showed that she had a history of breast cancer, in her family when she did the genogram. And so she decided, wow, it's a possibility that I could possibly exhibit or have breast cancer in the future. So she went and got genetic testing. Guess what? She was positive for that breast cancer gene, right? She went and got her genetic test done. And because of that, she had the choice. She can do prophylactically if she wanted to remove her breast, and then ended up getting reconstructive surgery. That was an option. So that's one good thing about genograms. It shows a picture. Then you can decide if you want to go get genetic testing, right, to confirm it. And then you can decide whether or not you want to take those extra steps to do something drastic like that, or just try to go and do like follow-up, breast cancer screens, every so often. So I think it's just a really great tool to utilize. So again, genograms can change, genetics, they're going to be there. Thank you and have a great day.